Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa and I've got more awesome Helldiver 2 news. Now, check this out. So I've just been killed here. This is great, isn't it? Look how many grenades this player has. I believe that's 4 billion grenades that player's got. What? Well, this was a bug, but it's actually not been fixed. Although, well, Arrowhead thinks it was fixed in the last patch. It's not. You can see there, fixed an exploit that allowed overly eager Helldivers to use grenades excessively. It's not been fixed. It's still a problem. I played a few games with this player just spamming impact grenades. Not good. Also, guys, if you're really enjoying these Helldiver 2 news update videos that I'm putting together, do subscribe, because that really helps me. It supports the channel. Also, like the video and comment as well. That helps an absolute ton. But yeah, I'll do my best to keep the updates coming to you guys as fast as I can, because there is a lot going on with this game. It is such a dynamic universe. Anyway, let's crack on with the video, because we've got a lot of stuff to cover here. Community Manager Spitz addresses the heavy spawn rate changes. Heavy spawn rates were already significantly nerfed in the build before last in favor of adding more light and medium and chaff enemies, and every enemy can already be killed by primary weapons. I killed a charge today with 1 mag to the butt with a scorcher. These changes were made precisely so players never felt useless at higher levels if they didn't have enough anti-tank or used up all of their anti-tank without killing all of the heavies. I've been playing at CR 7 to 9 for months, and I have never felt like there were too many heavies for my team to deal with at once. It used to be that you'd see upwards of 6 or 8 Bile Titans or charges at once, and multiple of them in a single breach. Now you'll rarely see 3 or 4 at once unless you run around aggroing every point of interest and not killing anything. The changes you're asking for has literally already happened. So this is some good insight here as to the changes for the heavy enemy spawns. And like Spitz says, this has been in the game for a while, but essentially you won't get massive amounts of Bile Titans and the really heavy units spawning in. You'll just generally get 1, 2, or maybe 3 at a push, but you should have enough to be able to deal with them. And Bile Titans, generally all you want to do with the Bile Titans is, if you don't have any heavy weapons available, or maybe you don't have any stratagems available to just quickly take them out, shoot them with your primary weapon in the sack at the back and blow it up, because then they won't actually do the spit attack, which is generally what one-shots you. Then the only way you can die to them is if they stand on you, and you can generally run away from them. Don't run away in a straight line, sort of, you know, run around terrain and stuff, and you can get away from them. But yeah, it's good to know this. So keeping it on heavy enemies, what about Hulks? Well, as you guys know, the Hulk Scorchers, I should say, are still instantly killing people. This should have been nerfed, but we've got a bit of an update here. Hulks are weird. The damage of their flamethrower has changed 3 builds in a row without any of the devs touching it or any of the values that affect it. We think they're evolving on their own. So this is kind of interesting. I mean, what this means is they're not really sure how to fix this at the moment. I'm sure they're narrowing this down, and they will get to a point where they can sort this out, because nobody wants to just instantly die, because instant death mechanics are kind of a bit crap when you can't really play around them. What I will say though, guys, is with the Scorchers, if you do dive to the ground, they won't actually hit you. They can't hit you when you're on the ground. Obviously, if they're attacking you as you're standing up and then you try and dive, because of the amount of DPS they do, they generally kill you before you hit the floor. You can dive through the Scorchers' fire, because as you're diving, you've got the damage reduction modifier applied to you, so you can survive it that way. And of course, as you're diving, you won't get set on fire, but you will stake. We will also take essentially take a tick of damage, I guess, is the best way to phrase it. But yeah, Hulks, they're being worked on, but they're still, well, the Scorchers are still instantly killing people. So this user asks about performance, and also asks about when the next patch is coming out. Spitz, could you give us a rough time frame for when the hotfix comes out? It bums me out that the patch made performance pretty bad, coinciding with a cool new mission plus major story event. Would like to participate in the major order without having crazy stuttering. So this, I think, is something not a lot of people are talking about, but there is almost like this, I don't want to call it a micro stutter because I'm not entirely sure what it is, but you do get this stutter effect during games now, which you never used to get before. It tends to happen when there's more enemies around, at least from my anecdotal evidence. I don't pretend to say I've got exact evidence of this, but yeah, it does stutter and it doesn't feel great. No one wants the game to stutter. So yeah, when will this be fixed? Spitz replies and says, emergency hotfix on Thursday, and 2 hotfixes in the 2 weeks to follow. So at least we know we are getting a hotfix this week. So if you're watching this video the day it went live, this is tomorrow, the update will come out. This is good. And I hope this is going to address some of the performance issues. And obviously fix a bunch of other issues that are affecting the game at the moment. We've also got an update on the spear fix. It was tentatively done a couple of weeks ago, but A, didn't make the deadline date for the end of April build, and B, is not completely functional according to our Q&A teams. It's currently slated for the end of May build to provide no other issues present with it. Tagging Alexis, the balance dev, here for further info. So yeah, we've got a bit of a time frame here for the spear fixes. However, Alexis comes in and actually gives us some info on how to use the spear. Yeah, the spear lock-on is semi-finished, but still got some edge cases, given how complex line tracing can be, like most stuff in video games, really. So we pushed it for the next big patch to be more confident with the fix. Sorry about that, everyone. But for now, just try to aim higher or lower. Don't get too close to the target. Also, don't get too far. Or maybe you're just doing it wrong. I don't know. It works on my machine. Okay. I've got to be honest, I'm not the biggest spear user anyway. It's okay, the spear, but I'd rather take the autocannon. Alexis was also asked, does the data show things like what other weapons users of a weapon have unlocked? Like, is it granular enough to tell you if a slugger user has either the Scorcher or Dominator unlocked? Alexis replies with, we have different level brackets in the analytics, yes. Level 100 plus players still bring slugger quite often if that's what you're asking. Now, I love this stuff. I love stats and analytics and data. I mean, I should do because I'm a YouTuber and it's basically our entire existence is looking in the analytics of your YouTube channel. But what I think is really cool about this is seeing a bit of, I mean, there's no hard stats here, but we've got a comment from one of the devs that, it's basically saying, look, even really high-level players who've played hundreds of hours of the game are still actually using the slugger, so we think the slugger is actually pretty good. Now, in terms of the analytics they can see, I'm pretty sure, guys, they can see everything. It's crucial to running a live service game, especially one that relies on balance. So weapon balance is a big thing, and, well, to keep on top of that, they need to know exactly how many players are using what weapons, how many kills are happening, and all of that stuff. And they can work that out, I'm sure of it. And from that, they'll use it as part of their... I guess, formula to work out whether a weapon needs buffing or nerfing. But it's good to know this is. So yeah, hopefully we get more insight in the future. So you guys remember the plasma shotgun basically exploding inside the shield? Well, we've got an update on this as well. The plasma projectile now has a proper hitbox. Coincidentally, that's the reason it overlaps with the shield generator backpack now. So at least we know that's the problem, and that's why it's detonating when it gets fired. So hopefully this is in the hotfix and gets fixed. Yeah, so there we go, guys. That's the update for Helldivers 2 at the moment. Of course, we are on the back of a pretty big update to the game. Big balance patch with like over 24 weapons and stratagems altered. The majority of them were essentially buffed. There are nerfs in there, but almost all of them were buffed. We got a bunch of problems. We had the whole ricochet issue from yesterday, which actually turned out not to be a thing, and it was more shrapnel being reflected back. But the eruptor is being addressed because that was basically the main culprit of that. So its shrapnel component is being removed, and it's basically getting more impact damage. So in a way, I guess, more explosive damage when it hits the target. But it'll still be explosive, so it'll still blow up factories and all of that stuff. And yeah, I think, honestly, we're just waiting for this hotfix to come in. We've got the major order, which is in progress at the moment. We've liberated one of the planets. We've got another 2 planets to do. I think we'll probably be able to do this. I mean, the bugs are always the most, I guess, popular enemy to fight against anyway. And last I looked, there were about 80,000 Helldivers on one planet. So I think that's going to happen pretty quickly. And then we're going to, I guess, see what happens with the TCS and Meridia, because Meridia is a super colony. Like, are we going to actually have to go down and fight on that planet? Are we going to maybe try and blow the planet up or something? I don't know. It's just crazy times. All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. And like I said at the top of the video, if you do enjoy these Helldiver news updates, then do like and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps. And yeah, leave a comment below. What are you looking forward to? What do you think about the changes in this video? And yeah, I'll catch you lovely lot on the next video. See you soon.